What up, YouTube Elleix? Coming back at you with another custom StarCraft 2 cast. If you're watching this in December, I am still on vacation, freezing my ass off somewhere. Today, we are going to be watching another series from my Custom Scion Races Skirmish live stream. This is going to be a best of 3 series between eGGz and Stassin. It's a wild one, so kick back and enjoy. All right, game number 1, spawning on the bottom right-hand side of the map. We have our red Zyed player eGGz going up against his blue Genetron opponent. Spawning on the top left-hand side of the map, it is Stassin. Game number 1, round 5. This is going to be an interesting series indeed. eGGz is a Grandmaster level player, so this is going to be wild indeed. Now, let's see. We haven't seen any Zyed in this series yet, in this Custom Scion Races Skirmish, so we'll see how it goes. The Zyed are super cool race, excuse me. We do have what is going to be a Zyed den, followed after the feeding pool. Taking a look at what the Genetron player is up to, throwing down his node behind his mineral line and potentially going for an early expansion in the natural base location. eGGz not throwing down any expansion just yet, but we'll see. We'll see what he decides to go for. Throwing down another Zyed nest, or Zyed den. So, this tells me if he's throwing down double Zyed dens before his expansion, I'm thinking, man, he's potentially going for something cheesy. We do have a scout, though, coming in for Stassin. He will spot what is going to be some potential cheese coming out of the red Zyed player. Taking a look at the production, nothing coming out yet from this Zyed den. We might see a Zyedling, we might see a roamer. I think it's more likely we'll see a roamer. Yep, yeah, I agree, Angel Technic. I think it's 99% going to be a roamer rush. Absolutely. We have what is also going to be a mutagen chamber. I believe that will allow him to build roamers. So, I think we're seeing a roamer rush. Oh, this is going to be brutal, man. I got roamer rushed earlier this morning while I was waiting to stream, and they are crazy good. And yep, look at this. We have 3 roamers on the way. Stassin should be aware of this. He saw the tech for his red Zyed opponent, and yes, he is. He's going for the full wall. This is perfect. So he will likely have Spitfires behind this wall, potentially blitzers with this analysis terminal. He's able to build blitzers, so the blitzer would probably be a better choice, especially because he is mining gas. He will have the money for it. So potentially will go for some blitzers. And what do we have here? Yes, we have the blitzers, but we also have what is going to be 3 roamers on the way. I feel like this is a very common rush for the Zyed. It is usually 3 roamers, and they have a scour ability, so they will be able to scout before they commit. We'll see if he does that, but no, he doesn't want to give himself away because the scour ability does give the roamer away. And now we have what was the repulsor going down, and we have the front door being destroyed by these roamers. We have a 4th roamer coming to join the fray, a 5th roamer coming to join the fray. And now we have what is 1 blitzer trying to hold this off. We have what is going to be the ACR is trying to heal this analysis terminal, but the roamers have range, so they will be able to do damage to these ACRs, and that was the scour ability. So if you can see it, we have these circles of vision right here. So now the roamers can see what is going on until these circles expire, until the scour ability expires, and we have the analysis terminal will get destroyed, and this will open the front door for the Chiron, or sorry, for the Genetron player. The Zyed player will be able to enter, and now we have what is also Scorpolisks mixed in. The Scorpolisk is a melee-only unit. And here we go. We have what is the push at the natural base location. We do have some blitzers, though. We have a 4th blitzer coming out of this manufacturer, trying to do some damage. I would do a worker pull as well. We only have a few roamers left. We have 1 Scorpolisk left, but we have a couple roamers coming in to do some damage to the natural base location. Taking a look at the workers killed, 10 workers killed, but taking a look at the worker supply, it's only 22 workers to 28, and that is because eGGz did get a late expansion. He's just now expanding. That was a full commit. That was a 1 base all-in, man. But we have more roamers coming in to try and do some damage. But great hold by Stassin. Not gonna lie, he survived. So the fact that he was able to survive that early roamer push, he's still very much in this game, man. I mean, he's only 6 workers down. He's at 24 workers to 31, so now 7 workers down. But man, army supply is in favor of Stassin, 18 to 14. So great hold by Stassin. I'm actually impressed. It was a lot of damage for sure. But he does have his expansion already finished. So does eGGz at this point, though. So he will be ahead in worker supply. Let's take a look at the resources lost. 1,300 resources lost by Stassin to 1,000 by eGGz. So technically a bit ahead in this game. We'll see, though. This is still anybody's game, and we do have what is a big push of blitzers. So all things considered, Stassin doing a great job at macroing behind this, but this is also a really strong army. And we also have the feeding pools, which does heal 3 Zayed units at a time. We also have a bile pit, which is stacked defense for the Zayed. 1 blitzer goes down. A couple other blitzers might go down as well. 2 blitzers go down. 3 blitzers go down. So this was a bit of an overextension by Stassin. Great hold by eGGz. Able to destroy the majority of those blitzers. And now suddenly we're looking at 28 army supply to 19. Almost 20 for Stassin. Worker supply is also 10 ahead for eGGz. 41 workers to 32 now for Stassin. And we have what is going to be a big push at the natural base location once again. So, Schwab, you are right. That was massive damage, and now it's looking a little bit hairy for Stassin. Able to push these roamers away, though. We have more blitzers on the way, but as you can see, this manufacturer is damaged, and it will not be building until it is repaired enough. It is currently stuck. So until that glitchy animation is gone, there we go. Now it's done. So now we have blitzers that will be built, but that was pretty rough. Stassin, though, able to stay alive. And this is only game number 1, and we're at not even 7 minutes in for round number 5, and this game is getting crazy already, bro. I love cheesy builds, man. I said it to Rhaegar, one of my subscribers, this morning, and he's also casting this same game right now. Really good, man. I mean, oh man, these roamers are just so good. I love the Zayed, man. We don't see them enough, honestly. And here we go. We have what is going to be a 3rd base coming down. So eGGz is going to have a superior economy to Stassin. Taking a look at the worker supply, 43 workers to 48. Slight lead for eGGz, nothing crazy. But once that 3rd base does go down, I do expect to see that spike. And here we go. We have what is going to be an attempted 3rd base, not getting the cancel. That timing was perfect by eGGz. That is rough. That is 400 free minerals that eGGz just stole from Stassin. This is a big blitzer army, though, and army supply is virtually even, 33 to 35. So great hold by Stassin, all things considered, but losing that 3rd base immediately, that is rough. And here we go. We have the Scorpolisk Metabolics. Dev MS. So the Scorpolisk Metabolics, as far as I know, increase the movement speed, I think. And then they have that ability that also slows units by, I believe, 40% whenever they do melee damage. And then I think they do more damage to slowed units, if I'm not mistaken. But I think Zayed is the race I've played the least of. Featuring the Custom Scion Races mod. I usually play Genetron, and I usually see Genetron and Chiron games. Admittedly, I do not see games featuring the Zayed that often, which is a shame because they are so cool. But here we go. We have what is going to be a push at the 3rd base location. Once again, we'll see if Stassin is able to get the cancel on this if he's forced to, but able to chase away this red Zayed army with his robots. But at the same time, we have another push at the natural base location with roamers. The roamers forced to retreat, though. But at the same time, we have another push of red Zayed units. And here we go. We have that 3rd base almost finished, but eGGz is being a real pain in Stassin's side. He is hitting the natural base location, and he's hitting the 3rd base location simultaneously, and he's really forcing Stassin to spread himself thin. We have what is an evacuation of workers from the third base. It's likely this third base will potentially go down, but we do have a lot of blitzers here trying to save this. We do have the Mendling doing some damage. We have the roamers, though, trying to focus down this third base, and I think it actually might go down. We have these roamers coming in. We have more roamers. eGGz is being super aggressive right now. We also have what is the spitter, which does splash damage, as we can see with that glob. Stassin throwing out the GG, giving game number 1 to eGGz. What a wild game number 1 of round 5. Let's go ahead and wait for game number 2 to start. Crazy game, man. Game number 2 spawning on the bottom right-hand side of the map. Is our Grandmaster player playing the Zerg this time instead of the Zayed. It is eGGz. We'll see what he does this game. And going against his opponent, spawning on the top left-hand side of the map, playing our blue Genetron, it is Stassin. So I feel like going up against eGGz, we did see in the last round with your mom and, well, who was it? I can't remember already. I already forgot. My brain is stretched thin, but in the last round, we did see Genetron player, I think it was Genetron, not walling, or maybe it was, no, I think it was Chiron actually, but not walling against a Zerg. Dude, you have to wall against Zerg, especially if it's a Grandmaster Zerg. So we're going to see, we do have the node chilling at the back of the mineral line, so it doesn't look like Stassin is going to be walling off, and he may get punished for this. He is going to be going for what looks to be an early processing core, his main mining structure, and we do have the Sloverlord coming over to scout, and we'll eventually see that there's no wall, but it's also possible by the time Speedlings are out, there's going to be a wall at the natural base location, which looks like this is what the ACR is planning on doing. So there we go. So we are going to see a wall. So Stassin should be safe from Speedlings, but at the same time, what do we have here? We have Zerglings on the way already. This is an early Zergling push. Oh, 13 pool, bro. Oh, no. It's a 13 pool. Oh, no. This is going to be rough. And we don't have... Oh, man. The manufacturer is not even halfway finished. Oh no, game number 2 might be fast, you guys. We'll see. We'll see what Stassin does. He was able to hold the cheese of the roamers pretty well, so I think he I don't think he buckles under pressure, but we have, what is this, 6 Zerglings already, and we do have a full wall actually. So great reaction by Stassin, but what he has to do is he has to build the node right here as well. He gets the cancel on this though. Oh, so now we have 6 Zerglings running around, and we have what is a full pull of workers from the main base. Able to get us around on some of these Zerglings, though. Oh, nice. Taking out at least 2 Zerglings, 3 Zerglings. Really? That's not that bad. 3 workers killed. All the Zerglings go down. Yes, we have more Zerglings, but he has Spitfires on the way now as well, so... Really able to hold that cheese. We only have 2 Zerglings left. 3 workers killed in that entire situation. Taking a look at the resources lost. Yeah, it's a slight deficit for Stassin, which is frustrating. At the same time, though, he does have his natural base finished. And he does have the Spitfire done as well. He has 2 more Spitfires. 1 more Spitfire is already almost finished. So I expect to see... Okay, we have speed on the way. We have what is going to be an expansion coming down for our red Zerg player as well. So really, that's not that bad. I expected that to be a lot worse. I think I would have buckled under the pressure, you guys. I think I would have lost. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think I would have lost. But here we go. We have what is going to be I think a relatively okay game playing out for Stassin, taking a look at what the Zerg player is up to, building a queen at his natural base. We have speed on the way. We don't have any sort of Baneling nest or anything like that, so we'll see. We'll see what eGGz decides to do. We have what is going to be a Roach Warren on the way, so now he's going to go for the tech switch into Roaches. And I agree, Schwab. I feel like that that cheese wasn't necessarily the best for eGGz. I feel like he could have done a lot more damage. Great hold by Stassin, not going to lie. Now, if you guys are tuning in on YouTube, because I am going to post this on YouTube, this is my first ever live cast of the Custom Scion Races mod, so I'm casting a lot of games at once, and my voice is still somehow with me, which is crazy. Usually I lose my voice after a single cast, after about like an hour of casting, so this is very, very different for me. Now we have a lot of Spitfires as well. How many Spitfires? We have 7 Spitfires on the field. For the Zerg, we have 2 Zerglings and 2 Queens, and that's it. Army supply 20-5. So that is a consequence of going for the 13 pool and not doing that much damage. All things considered, that was like 4 workers killed, and I think it was only 3 workers killed, honestly. So taking a look at the production, we have 4 roaches on the way, and we have what is going to be a 3rd base as well on the way for our red Zerg player. So we'll see. This is still anybody's game. Taking a look at the worker supply, it's in favor of eGGz, 35 workers to 30. And a lot of Spitfires on the field. And taking a look, we also have a fixer. And one thing, if you guys are not familiar with the Custom Scion Races mod, is you can actually physically see what's being built from these manufacturers. So this is a tier 1 structure, and you can actually see what's going on. So we have fixers, and they actually build over time. So you can see this one's almost finished, and this one is not almost finished. It's actually really, really cool. And we have this Overlord hiding just, I think, a bit out of sight. Probably sees these two. Let's actually take a look. Okay, doesn't see what's going on, but does see that there's 2 manufacturers and can see what's building, and he does see that there's going to be a processor, and the processor is also going to spot that sneaky Overlord, and we have what is going to be a lot of roaches, and we have what is going to be on top of that 2 Ravagers. So it looks like eGGz is going to try and break this front door, but this is a pretty decent army, but army supply is slightly in favor for eGGz, and I feel like this composition is good against the Spitfires. We do have the fixers, and it looks like they're actually retreating to their natural base location, and these manufacturers are in a lot of danger. If they get destroyed by those Ravagers, he's going to really suffer on his production, so he has to push this army away, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's going to push the red Zerg player back towards the middle of the map. I don't think this is a full retreat, and we have what is going to be the army split, but the Spitfires do a ton of damage. At the same time, though, we have a big surround of Zerglings. The fixers coming in to save the day, and actually Stassin coming out ahead in that engagement, forcing the Ravagers to retreat because there is nothing left except for Ravagers and 2 Zerglings. I guess now like 6 Zerglings on the field, so, or at least in the middle of the map. So Stassin, that was an incredible hold. All things considered, we do have a 3rd base coming down. eGGz is still on 3 bases as well. Taking a look at the worker supply, 40 workers to 42. Army supply is in favor of for eGGz, 45 army supply to 39. We do have the Zerglings here. Potentially will force the cancel on this 3rd base. We do have 2 fixers, though, and the fixers are actually pretty good, and there are some Spitfires in the natural base location as well, but we do have a lot of army supply here at this location of the map, and this is a big engagement. I think this is potentially an overextension for Stassin. Will likely lose a good chunk of his army. Forced to retreat. We do have a great split by Stassin as well, able to dodge those Banelings. That was great control, but he did overextend himself just a little bit, and now we're looking at 23 army supply, now 21 army supply, now 19 army supply to 44 in favor of our red Zerg player. 5 workers killed this game by the red Zerg player, so not a lot of workers killed. We do have what is the 3rd base just finishing up, so the cancel is not an option at this 3rd base location. It will likely go down. And we have what is some Genetron units trying to actually bait this army away from his 3rd base, but what I would have done in this situation is allow that 3rd base to buy me some time to macro up and hopefully survive into game number 3, but that is not going to happen. Stassin throwing out the GG, giving game number 2 to eGGz. It is 2-0. eGGz winning this best of 3 series. What a wild game. Crazy player. All right, you guys, that is the live stream cast for today. If you enjoyed what you saw, please consider shooting me a like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you want me to cast any of your own custom StarCraft 2 games, I will leave my email and Discord in the description below. And I'll see you guys on the next one.